And they're off. Wow, that was a long pause. But they are off. For people who don't know, the tutorial, you can die in it. Pretty funny. But the boss here can kill you. It's complete RNG. Just complete RNG. Yeah, this is a nice early morning bronze match for Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. No, I am not a speedrunner of this game. I learned the speedrun and never completed a run. I got a new job right around the start of the tournament. It threw me off. I was like, you know, it's fine. Cyclone, though, so close to getting into the finals. Lost out, though. Same with Opus. But, you know, this is going to be fine. It's going to be nice to know who gets third, if it's Cyclone or not. We already have a miss from Cyclone. Oh, Thug is dead. Yep, and there it is. There's the death to the tutorial boss. A fantastic start to our bronze match. This is all Mystic Quest ever is. Oh my goodness, he might die again. Okay, and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, everyone. Okay, that's 2 deaths to Minotaur. Oh. Oh no! What? Oh, he got the crit. He finally landed a crit. I thought he might die again. Oh my goodness, that was something special, everyone. Now, you might think, oh, well, now it's all over. Well, if you're saying that, you've never watched Final Fantasy Mystic Quest before. So, Twitch chat, what tournament, now that this tournament's wrapping up, what tournaments are you looking forward to now that we're in another second lull here? For me, personally, I'm really looking forward to the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Director's Cut, or Deluxe, actually, it might be Deluxe Edition speedrun tournament. Really excited to watch that. That's a good speedrun. No save and quit's good category. I guess in theory I should have said the Isaac tournament that I'm running, but you know, no. I'm not gonna do that. So in this forest, we're going to be fighting goblins and gels. The gels can go down in one shot, although sometimes they'll go down in 2. Now, one of the things that we're going to be utilizing is switching between auto and manual for our partner, depending on what we know our partner is going to do. Partners can have pretty like AI that you can totally predict. So. So we're going to keep going here. Opus will be fine. Luckily, Thug, or Ben, as he's normally called, doesn't actually lose experience while he's dead, so it's all good. Cyclone losing the Dragon's Claw, because Tristan's a thief. So now we're going to be going to the Bone Dungeon. And in the Bone Dungeon, we'll see our... we'll be setting up for a glitch. The majority of this run is setting up for a glitch. While Zelnister gets around. And Not really. I mean, only the 3 tournaments. Come on. I'm not that much. I'm not like... Come on, 3 tournaments isn't a lot, is it? Maybe it is. I guess 4, because Isaac soon. Jeez, maybe I am. Oh. Huh. You made a good point. Man, sandworms, they're pushovers in this game. Usually they aren't, but these purple worms are fine. Final Fantasy 1 randomizer, purple worms less fine. Purple worms, not something you want to see usually. High HP, not usually very strong, but in the later rounds, expect to see somebody die to one. So everyone gets a ride. Hey, at least I don't participate in every tournament. I almost participated in Super Metroid, but then I remembered I've never actually beaten Super Metroid. And I was like, maybe I should postpone this learning the randomizers bit. Turns out that game's really, really hard randomized. So, what you're going to see is the first use of a glitch here. If they get an encounter with 3 enemies in it, you're going to see him do what is called the item duplication glitch. We're going to be using that on seeds, because we need some extra seeds to give us some magic, and we also need to have a specific amount of seeds in our inventory. So what we're going to be doing is, whenever we get an encounter with 3 enemies in it, we will be using a seed with Benjamin, our main character. Then, once you've used that seed, you back out of your partner's menu, and then then you run from the battle. And what that does is the seed is still queued up to be used, and then so it creates a new one and puts it in your inventory because it's used but not. It's a very strange glitch. It requires your partner to be in manual, because otherwise you can't back out of the command. You can do that with any usable item in the entire game. What was my thoughts on the main mat fight? I actually loved it. As somebody who likes boxing, or used to like boxing. I haven't watched a lot of boxing, but that fight made me want to watch boxing again. If you know boxing, that was actually a very exciting boxing fight. It was not a good MMA fight, especially the way it ended, but that's how that works. My dad paid for it, so I got to see it for free. I just went to his house. He lives 10 minutes away. It was nice. Good fight. I actually enjoyed the whole card. I watched the whole main event. Was it worth $100? No. Is this worth the $0 you are spending to watch it? Yes. Should you pay Feasel $5? Or I guess Twitch $2.50 and Feasel $2.50 by subscribing to Speed Gaming and getting 3 emotes? Yes, you should. Now, Bonesaur does not have any cardio at all, or the Flamesaurus Rex. He has very little cardio. Now, Flamesaur seems to be going down just fine, although the end of the phase is a lot harder than the start of it. Oh. Ooh. So one of the nice things about automatic attack in this game is that it's actually queued up when your partner attacks, not at the start of the turn. So it allows them to do things like revive you from an attack. which you wouldn't be able to necessarily predict. So auto can be quite useful for that reason. And this is the fight where it mainly comes into play. This is a pretty slow fight for Cyclone. But Opus is not far behind. Opus is on the final phase, and Cyclone had a really slow fight, so we are not too far behind right now. Yeah, Opus died twice to the start-in boss, which is something. Oh. That's one of the few bosses in the game that can just kill you. There's a few others, but that's one of them. It's kind of underappreciated how interesting it is the first boss and like the second last boss have in common. And it's just like both yeah, it's nice. I like this game. This game is very fun to watch. I'm glad that this tournament happened. I'm a little unhappy I couldn't participate, but you know, you gotta focus on life. And now that I focus on life, I have a full-time job. Feels good, man. Both of our players losing the Dragon's Claw. Getting the Sun Coin. What the hell was that sound? I'm terrified. That sound was loud. I could feel my, like, chair shake from it. Okay, I'm okay. I think. If the commentator makes a loud thud, might be dead. I'm not sure. No, we're not leaving Tristram alone. He's trash. Don't die, Thelmas. I'll try. Just gotta hope there's no tutorial Minotaur in my house. So our next objective is going to be to pick. Well, Cyclone's already done it, and Opus is doing it. We need to pick up a few more spells on our way out to again organize our inventory in a specific way for a glitch later on. That I will only be able to describe the result rather than how. Usually I get my co-commentator to explain the how. This is one of the few games that I've picked up, learned, that I didn't really spend the time to learn specifics. Usually, when I decide to commentate or speedrun something, I learn everything. So. Sorry if I'm unable to give technical explanations rather than just explaining things. I also usually forget the order of the dungeons. I mix up the minor and the major dungeon in each area quite a bit. We are going to fight a giant crab at some point, though. But I'm pretty sure that's not here. No, this is the giant octopus. Well, not here, but, you know, next dungeon. Either way, we get, we meet our second female partner. You can always look up all schedules on the schedule page or link. There are a lot of matches today. I know I'm racing, but just not on this channel today. It's fine. It's going to be an embarrassing race anyway. So here we are in our like third dungeon, quote unquote, even though there's like, so that was another example. This is an example of using the glitch. So you see he's using an item, then he bats out, and then he runs, and that allows him to reset the battle and create a seed. So that's good. Now this is any percent, and the major difference between any percent and 100% is the fact that we skip a entire section of the game, including what some people consider the coolest area of the game with the best music. So if you like the fire music, the music is super awesome in this game. It's one of the best SNES soundtracks out there. Like, underrated game for all accounts. Also, I guess this is a good time to explain, actually, I totally forgot to, the resistance glitch. So, before the game ever began, both of our runners loaded up a save file that had the final party member Phoebe in it. Why is this important, you ask? Well, when you load up a save file, it loads up the partner's statistics for you. And obviously it needs that, right? Well, unfortunately, it never rewrites that number. So what that basically means is you will see basically see them taking like way less damage, as well as like being resistant to a lot of things that in your casual playthrough your partners won't be resistant to. Because it's an unavoidable glitch, it's not banned or anything. There's no glitchless category for this game because it's impossible to avoid the resistance glitch. It's just baked into the game. Yeah, Dark King dies real fast. But yeah, the final boss music of this game is sick. Actually, the entirety of Doom Tower is really cool. Why doesn't it happen in casual? It does. In fact, it actually makes casual... Well, actually, so the reason why it doesn't really affect casuals is because you're going to save and reset. So when you save and reset your console and load up that file again, it gives you the new character. Yeah, Thud versus Lobris. So yeah, like I said, it actually does affect casual playthroughs. It's just less so because Ben is your powerhouse anyway, so. Yeah, they are very close to each other. So say we don't load files with every... Yep, if you don't load a file at the start, every person has Kaylee's until you reset. So in a casual playthrough, because you would save and reset somewhat regularly, your resistances do in fact reset. So that's good. That's not true. Well, basically what happens is that once those partner stats are written, the game doesn't attempt to redo it until you reset the game. So that's what it actually is. It has nothing to do with Phoebe final stats specifically. It's just how the game cares about it. But luckily for us, it means that we don't have to really grind. We actually never grind in this game. We kill everything on the way because it's much faster than run-in, because run-in is mainly based off of Ben's stats, and Ben's stats are very low. So he's basically used as a finisher in the early game, and then later he gets some very powerful spells that are powerful regardless of your stats. Flare, Meteor, etc. Why not just force them to reset the game before they start? Because again, like I said, they would have to reset the game every time they got a new partner to get those stats. Also, because it's a glitched run. We use glitches. We're going to be using a glitch to skip an hour of the game later. That's exactly it, Silverman. You do a soft reset instead of a hard reset, and then you end up at the title screen, and there you go. Enjoy your superpowered partners. Well, if you want to see that hour of the game, then you can watch a 100% run, which beats all the bosses. So we are about to kill the giant octopus. Both characters, actually. At the same time. Wow. Wowie. This is a good game. We got the Libra crest. Now we're going to walk out slowly because we don't have warp or escape yet. Sorry for the yawn. I've on low sleep. Yes, Cyclone did change the menu color. It's red versus blue, guys. He died on Behemoth twice. Minotaur is the second boss. Behemoth's the first boss. Because apparently Behemoths are now first enemies in Final Fantasy. Behemoth Master Race, let's go. Final Fantasy 15, early Behemoths. Actually, this 13 does that too. What's up with new Final Fantasies making you fight Behemoths? They're just emulating the best game, Mystic Quest. Thud just chilling at one life right now. Now we are in the town. We're gonna use some water. I hope that it revives everything. It doesn't. We need to go rescue the crystal. Man, Midranets is so good. I suggest a PS2 FFX 100% race. Surprisingly, what's 100% FF10? I actually know the answer to that. But our runners are going to be doing a small little tiny weeny little itty bitty sequence break in this dungeon. They'll be using a block that they need to use. They're going to be moving around, then they're going to push 2 blocks into place, then they're going to go grab a block from before and push it back into place. But yeah, so we are moving along in the Icicle Dungeon. Making a little block puzzle. Weapons and equipment aren't impossible. You can get every single piece of equipment in the game. So we are fighting the crab boss now, which is the guardian of the crystal. Also, he gets really angry and frosts at the mouth. Man, I can't words this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna call this morning. I'm not. This doesn't even make sense for me anymore. It used to be my morning. But both these runners are moving on to the actual guardian of the crystal, which is the golem. Well, they're pretty close. Like in Mystic Quest, they may as well be at the same. They may as well be at the same point. So we are moving on. So I know that this place looks like they have random encounters, but it doesn't. The enemies are just invisible because we skip an item that reveals them. Killing more little squids, moving on through this dungeon. There isn't that much to say. Like, this dungeon's pretty straightforward. It's really just who's in the lead and who's not. We're bombing and firing these guys, sending them away. Continuing on through, I love the blizzard animation in this game is awesome. Too bad we don't get to use it, but the enemies do. They turn us to snowmen. It's cute. probably my favorite part of the game. This quest is such a good run. So, still moving through. Again, all these battles are pretty self-explanatory until the late game. This game is really just an RNG simulator with a lot of movement and game knowledge mixed in. You really need to know what your partners are going to do, what your damage numbers are going to be. You also need to watch what your levels are at one point. But this game is pretty grindy if you're going to try to get a good time. But it makes for a good race. Oh. Man, the death also, like, come on, you have to appreciate the death animations. The face when remasters and ports of old games don't. Well, sometimes, for example, Final Fantasy X, the way that the game was originally programmed it makes it impossible. And since they're just remasters of the old code, it doesn't really, you can't really change that much. They can't actually affect it. That's like pretty much the explanation. No, they needed to re-release Age of Empires 2 because Redditors will still buy it. That's pretty much it. We're gonna continue moving on through the Ice Palace, fighting everything that we can. Again, we can't really run because our levels are too low, and it basically we need to get to the golem. They're going as fast as they can. Gotta fight everybody they come across. It really does, though, like, if you don't know, look like they're fighting random encounters when they're not. It's just they can't see the enemies. This place is nice, chill music. At least it's less upbeat than some of the other music, but at least it's not the trees music. Man, the trees music. Please. Opus is very close behind. At one point he was ahead, so he must have had some bad encounters. I'm not sure. Thank you. I like being chill. I have to be chill because I live with other people. I can't yell. I used to be a loud commentator, then I had to change my commentary style. Now I'm a chill commentator. Moving on through the dungeon. Gotta go find the ice golem. We're falling down some holes so that we can get to the boss. In theory. We land and have to fight some Lamayas. Fun fact, if you go talk to the golem over there, he just runs away. He just teleports. He taunts ya. Luckily, it's not required to finish. Fusion is the worst. It's one of the few things that your partner isn't resistant to. And it can actually ruin the fights pretty good. Yeah, this is a pretty good time for both of them. Starting at 37:30-ish. Opus slightly ahead at the start of the fight. This fight isn't super trolly, as far as I remember. Oh, ice golem melting away slowly. Ooh. And heal of some kind. Yeah, ice golem on Opus' side is a phase ahead. This is good. Opus having to use a heal though. Ooh, Phoebe is very low. He's gonna have to heal up. Opus got the 39 almost exactly. Jeez. They're like easily... Like... Wow. They're like 2 seconds behind each other. This is a great third round. Man, this is shaping up to be a great final match of the tournament. Keep in mind that this was not the finals, but this is the final match. Just how it got scheduled. Huh. Wonder who's gonna have the nicer battlefield? That is always the question. So for people who don't know, there's a completely random portion of the game coming up. Where they need to grind the exit spell. They can only successfully kill this octopus, and then you kill 10 of them. And sometimes another enemy can spawn in with them, and then you have to run away. Like this, if every time a Chimera shows up, so that's 1 and 1. They both have the same RNG so far. So we are moving through the battlefields. These are good battlefields. Jeez. Neither runner's getting severely trolled here. Why are they killing this octopus so many times? They will begin the exit white magic spell, which will allow them to exit from dungeons and also teleport away enemies. And there we go. Cyclone, the first out of the exit battlefield. Opus will not be too far behind. So Cyclone got a little bit ahead of Opus, even though Opus started the battlefield first. Doing another block puzzle. Nope, the first place match happened a few days ago, actually. The winner of the tournament is some DDR noob, which was the favorite. That was to be expected. And not many people thought otherwise. In best of one with a game like this, though, yeah. To be fair, I mean, the fact that the tournament favorite won, even with the randomization in best of one, like, I think, there's something to be said there. Pretty crazy though, like it is quite lucky. The best of one, I mean, was mainly amateurism because this game could be very long. This game is over 2 hours for like a run usually. Like sub 2 is the dream. Cyclone and Opus moving through the tower. Zelda is the favorite. I'm not Zelda. Do I sound like a French Canadian? Okay, so we have to hit a few triggers before we skip, like, everything. I predict Cyclone to win this tournament. Aw, Fiesel really wanted Cyclone to win. Rematch, best of 3. I feel like the S after my name makes it clear I'm not Zelda. Also the lack of French accent, and I don't wear giant hats. They're all clues. Just don't know the see. I didn't know about it. Am I commentating it? I guess so. I'm here half the time. What is Twitch.tv? I only know of Twitch.tv/speedgaming. Here's the difference between me and Zelda. Zelda is good at video games. I am not. No. I only watch at speedrun.tv. Screw Speedruns Live, Kappa. Okay, so here's the Detro tree. Now, for people who know this game, you might be wondering, why are we at the Detro tree already? Wasn't there, like, a lava place? Well, there was. We just glitched a bunch of items and got some key items. And, yeah. Or we will be. One of the two. Either way, we have to do some backtracking now. Some story stuff. What? I played Diddy Kong Racing? Now? I'm so confused. So guys, let's make a prediction now. How many deaths to Zoo? Make your predictions. Just how mystic is this quest? Very mystic. It's mystically USA. One death by Opus to Zoo and Cyclone Death Floor 2. Good prediction. Fair-ish. Not really. That's how Cyclone sadly loses. Do you think this is an actual FF game? Well, it's more of a spin-off. It's about as much of an FF game as like Final Fantasy Legend. Now, excuse me while I mute my mic and shout out on some Reese's cereal because I have to take pain medication. I can't take on an empty stomach. It will literally take like half a minute. Okay, there we go. I took my leave without eating this morning, and then I had to leave home early for work. Like, only like 30 minutes early, but I couldn't stand up anymore. So don't do it, folks. Listen to your doctor. Hurry up and get arrows so Ben can be useful. It's not inaccurate. Bear in mind, this man has been commentating races for 24 hours straight. This is untrue. Do not spread lies and rumors. It's been like, I mean, I've commented, the longest I've commentated in a row was 12 hours with no break. No, I'm bad because I didn't research this game as much as I should have before doing commentary, but that's fine. I like this game, it's fun. Chat doesn't have enough questions for me to answer that are pertinent to the game. It's just Final Fantasy debates. Now we're in the tree, which is my least favorite dungeon. I think it's boring, unfortunately. I mean, that's just me. I always found this area to be like really slow. It looks very samey. Like I said in the Discord, if anybody who's in the Discord wants to join in partway through, I'm not offended. Boy, unfortunately, was doing his partnership anniversary. Otherwise, he would have. Soulless commentary. Aww. Feels bad, man. But the tree. I mean, the tree's actually pretty cool. There's a lot. I like Hoodshotting. Hoodshotting's cool. Luckily, thanks to the large portion of the game we skipped, we actually skipped the 2 worst characters. There's no prize for making the commentators cry. Are there prizes? I actually, like, this is something I've never asked. Do any of the speed gaming tournaments have prizes? I actually don't know, because I've never been good enough at any of the games to have that matter. Oh, okay. That's cool. I know Final Fantasy 1 randomizer has a tournament. That was kind of added to Speed Demon because of like Speed Demon 2 coming into existence, etc. So some matches are being streamed here. But that wasn't originally going to be a Speed Demon tournament. They revealed the details on the bracket reveal stream. There's like a really cool sword. It's like a light up Excalibur. It's really neat. I'll post it if I find the picture. I don't know where the picture is. Never mind. Paid in followers on Twitch. That's actually like not inaccurate. No, commentators don't get paid. This is complete. This entire channel is essentially volunteer work. Like I legitimately don't know how this channel financially works, and I mean I'm not gonna inquire, but this channel is awesome. It's a huge speedrunning community effort, and that's why you should support it. It's really awesome. Freaking worms! Stop earthquaking. Wait, am I not getting paid? No, absolutely not. I do that. This is my favorite thing to do ever. Talking about video games like this is like my favorite thing in the world. No, definitely not shame on Fiesel. I wouldn't accept payment for this. I actually did. On my resume there is a spot, and I have a reference from IGN for when I did commentary for one of their events like 6 years ago, and one from ESL. So yes, you can put tournament commentator on your resume. We're gonna kill a lot of worms in this room, by the way. There's a lot of worms in this room. I was a few days ago, like 3 or 4. I was completely caught off guard by this match being scheduled. Fiesel posted it last night. I forgot to respond. Fiesel posted it again today. I responded. Then I went and played 20 sets, and then kind of forgot and almost went to bed. Also, when we chop the trees down here, are we hurting the tree? Oh, the RNG is disgusting. That's correct. This dungeon actually does use a lot of cool movement stuff. You move along like walls, you climb them, etc. It's good. This tree simply get pushed into the ground. That's not what stumps are. Yeah, the only reason I really don't like this dungeon is the music's super depressing, and it's like pretty long. Like at least Zoo, if Zoo trades on, like you get the Zoo music. Zoo music's awesome. I also like this game because you can use the exit spell on enemies. That makes the game significantly cooler when you can just warp enemies away. Oh, they're mushrooms. Oh. That's makes sense then. Well, input the run a lot. The thud is dropping dead almost every fight. Nope. EXP is always given to the main character every time. So it doesn't matter that if thud dies or not, as long as the battle finishes. And even when you die in battle, even if both characters die, you just don't give up. Never give up. Never surrender. The Final Fantasy 1 randomizer tournament is coming up. I think there's like one match today. I'm gonna see about delaying my match and maybe throwing it, like if there's space on the Speed Demon calendar. This game is so easy. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a beginner RPG. It literally says on the box. The final boss actually takes like 5 turns total or something like that. The speed run is pretty easy once you learn it. It's actually somewhat hard to learn. Like, not making mistakes does take skill. You can make a lot of mistakes. You can actually screw up the final boss fight too. Just turn order slightly random at that point. For most of the game, it's like on par. But we actually did have a run in the tournament where the turn order actually saved the runner one attack because very specific like sequence of events happened. But we've also had runners lose turns because they screwed up the fight. How long are a speedrun already? The speedrun will take about 2 to 2.5 hours, depending. So we're about halfway through. Pretty much exactly right now. These rooms right here are pretty much the halfway point. The boss that they're gonna fight is almost exactly the halfway point of the speedrun. Yep, 2-hour speedrun. I don't feel sorry for the runners. The run. They enjoy it. That's why they choose to do it. No, it's part of the like. I mean, Final Fantasy 1 randomizers 2 hours. Link to the Past randomizers are like an hour 45 minutes. Yeah, it's mainly the music. Let's be honest. I mean, honestly, 2 hours is pretty short for an RPG speedrun. The shortest speedrun I run is 45 minutes, like world record. My time is like an hour. I've gotten a 50-minute time offline without recording, but like it was also save state. Not save states, but I paused partway through because I need to go do something. I speedrun two games that are over 9 hours long. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, like legit. I'm not even joking. I enjoy those 2 runs. Almeida still has world record. Almeida's is still the undisputed king. Here we are. Time to fight the Chimera. Or is it a Ghidra? I can't remember. Is it Chimera either way? I thought for half a second that the sounds were decent. They were not. It was just me. Oh, double petrify, and that's what that boss does. Yeah, it is Ghidra. So the idea is to spam arrow, essentially, and heal. And hopefully not get wrecked. Any percent and 100%. That's about it. The only difference between the two is that one fights all the bosses and one does a few glitches to skip some bosses. There might be more to 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's the gist of it. Yep. Again, it's a nice casual beginner RPG. Back in the day, this was the first Final Fantasy, I think, in Europe. So it's pretty big deal actually at the time. Still a popular game to this day. And Ghidra is down for Opus. That double petrify, and Cyclone is going for it. Will he get the kill? No. That's another death for Cyclone. Nope, Europe got this game. They got what they actually got was called Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Legend, I want to say. And then in Japan, it was called Final Fantasy Mystic Quest USA. Or it might have just been Final Fantasy USA. I know for a fact USA was in the title. Nope, it definitely had another title to it. Mystic Quest, like Legend or something. No. Nobody got the armor in there. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Legend, that's what it is. Without the Final Fantasy, my bad. I thought it was Mystic Quest. I thought it was Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Legend. Mystic Quest USA, I believe, is the Japanese version. Yeah, Final Fantasy USA Mystic Quest was the Japanese title. Yeah, a lot of people had no idea that this was a Final Fantasy game. Which version runs the fastest for speedrunning? I believe it's this version because of the resistance glitch. as well as the item duplication glitch. I don't believe that those exist in the other versions. Either way, the Final Fantasy community in general avoids using the Japanese, like they separate language versions as completely separate games and leaderboards. I actually think I forgot a Final Fantasy game in that listing that came before Final Fantasy VII. Oh, Windia, the best soundtrack. Just add wind to the town soundtrack. Seems good. Opus is going to move towards Dullahan. The boss just before the worst place in the game. There's some rocking music there for a second when you go to Kaylee's house. Or when you use that teleport. I can't remember what that is, but it's so good. Do you forget the Doom Tower for great music in the game? Absolutely not. Doom Tower is fantastic. Zeus Tower also has some also has good music. This mountain is honestly an underrated track as well. Cyclone died twice to Ghidra. Tristram, his music is bad because it's Tristram. Let's just be real. Oh yeah, absolutely. This game is a very basic game. When you play it casually, you will have no issues beating it. It was marketed as the beginner Final Fantasy, and there's a little bit of a charm to it. Here we go. Double hand fight time. These runners are actually on good pace right now. Cyclone did have some issues in the tree. Oh, I'm getting a phone. No, it's a spam phone call. Usually, if I get a phone call, it's a big deal, so I usually pick it up. But not if it's 1866. Now, hopefully he can get through the Dullahan fight. Looks like he's getting there. The horse has lost his head. Dullahan's lost his head. Oh, his head's still in his arm. Yep, final boss is super tough if you don't cure him. And that's how it should be. Final bosses should always be tough. It should be hard to beat a game. It doesn't necessarily have to be hard to get through the game, in my opinion. But if the final area is hard, that's fine. This is Madoka Magica. I've watched that anime and I don't know what you're referencing. Doomwind! Cyclone is getting absolutely annihilated by RNG right now. Oh, yeah, I remember that part. That's a pretty big spoiler, though. Rip anyone who hasn't seen it. Oh, come on, let's go. Cyclone, don't get trolled this hard. All you need is Opus to get off floor 2, and then you're caught right back up. Oh, he's almost there. He's almost through the fight. And there we go. Down for the count. See, aren't you guys lucky? This match got commentated because I got a job promotion a week and a half ago. I love the random people who come in here and do random tournament commands, assumingly to find the schedule, when you should just bookmark the schedule. For people who don't know, there's this. Just bookmark that. Oh, the LADX tournament starts today. I actually had no idea. Who knew? I didn't know. Both winners are now in Pazuzu's tower, and we will soon know if the luck is truly awful or not. LADX is Legend of Zelda, or Link's Awakening Deluxe. It is the GB Color port of, it might be advanced, port. of Link's Awakening from the Game Boy, aka Zelda 4. And now we get to talk to Pazuzu. A little jump there from Cyclone. Huh. Today I learned nothing is too good for GBC. When is GBC Mania then? GIF. I know we had handheld heroes not long ago. Come on, I want to know what floor Pazuzu's on. Let's go. Did I close my IRC? I did. That's not good. Come on. Runners, don't get trolled too hard today. So for people who don't know, basically every time you talk to Pazuzu, he rides his elevator somewhere. And we have to hit some specific switches depending on where he is. And we hit some switches throughout to basically prevent him from running literally anywhere. So if you find him on floor 2, it is actually the worst RNG because of the way that the dungeon is laid out. I believe it is floor 6 is the best floor, and floor 2 is 15 minutes slower. Maybe it's just 10. It's 10 or 15. I don't remember the number. Whoop. Good menuing out of both the runners in battle. Cyclone's menuing is superb. Sorry for this so much silence. It is significantly harder to solo commentate, especially for a game like this. That RPGs are hardest for me to commentate, mainly because there's a lot less to talk about. If you sub right now during full AP, I will never stop talking for the rest of the commentary. I will attempt my best to literally give no breaks for the last half an hour of the speedrun. Silence is golden, but golden is never silence. Hey. So the runners are going through, hoping to get a good. I think that we find out somewhat soon what for. The main goal is to hit a switch on floor 7. Like I said, I jumped in because there was nobody else to commentate. I would not have normally solo commentated, but this is happening. I could probably solo commentate FF1 randomizer or Link to the Past randomizer. Well, thank you very much, Darius. I feel like nobody got my golden isn't silence joke. Makes me feel bad. Golden isn't silence, I mean, whatever I said. It's making a joke, just Golden talks a lot. No, I'm not going to talk about food. I don't have enough food to talk about food. I have Reese's Puffs. That's about it. I only just got my full-time job. So unfortunately, it's not floor 6. It looks like. Although maybe I'm forgetting. Maybe you have to talk to Pazuzu. I don't think either runner's talked to Pazuzu yet. I am mixing things up. Rip the MQ command. Are the floors here random or just the maze? The maze is not random. The floor Pazuzu lands on is. So Pazuzu could be always starts on the same floor. You talk to him, and then he goes to a random floor. Floor 2 is by far the worst. Floor 6 is the best. Right, floor 2 is the worst. He doesn't land on floor 2. Silly me. So Opus is down 2 or 1 at this point. Yeah. 1 isn't too bad. 1 is actually pretty fast. So let's 5 or 6. Yup. Oh no. Opus, no. I'm sorry. I cursed you. Well, this is a race again. Oh man, this is not a race. unless I'm. Oh no. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. Cyclone is ahead by approximately 10 minutes. Man. What a... Wow. Now, in theory, he can still win if Cyclone's boss RNG is literally the worst. But yeah. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, everyone. They do have to still worry about ZA and Zoo RNG, but at this point, this is what they signed up for. Originally, I think it was in Bichon Balls, his chat. They were discussing a tournament. This was well before the tournament was officialized, and they had a joke where the tournament would actually be that the winner would get to stop playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and the losers would continue on. That was the joke because of the because of how random this game is, and it's the only person who won in this tournament. And people say that it was DDR Noob, but really it was Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Oh, Pazuzu's sprites are the best. Just chilling at the end there. I think it was Puetzel in Biton Ball's chat who said that. Also, that was a clean Pazuzu fight. But here we go. We have the air crystal, the third and final crystal. Now we'll be moving on to the Tower of Doom. What? What's happening? I'm confused. What is going on? What was that menu there? Are we getting splicing? Huh? Oh, controller came unplugged. Okay, that made sense. I've had that happen. Whew. That was odd. I thought he was going to do a meme picture. I just didn't have it set up. I've had that happen. Anybody who's ever watched me stream, which is like 3 people, knows that I've had controller issues over like the last year. Or anybody who was in the Final Fantasy 1 PSP tournament. Jeez, my luck. Turns out you shouldn't play Final Fantasy 1 when you've been up for 20 hours. You fall asleep. Is this original or on emulator? Well, I think Cyclone's on emulator. I'm not 100% sure about Opus, but most runners use emulator. There's no difference between SNES and pretty much any good emulator. And Opus on the Pazuzu fight. So, I think Cyclone is on PB pace. And he might also be on sub 2 pace. No, wait, no, he's definitely not on sub 2 pace. I'm pretty sure. But he might actually be on PB pace. He's on a good pace. Let's just say that. Turns out floor 2 is all you need. Or floor 6, I mean. MQ does not have any random encounters. They are all on the world map. I was wrong. He's not on PB pace. Never mind. I thought he was. Yeah, he's actually okay. So he's actually only about 10 seconds behind his PB, which I don't know what his end game was like. He could PB. Oh yeah, the actual encounters themselves, like their location is not random, but they are random. Like what is in them. They'll have like 2 or 3 formations to a sprite. So Cyclone, I think, can PB. I don't think sub 2 is possible. Unless he would... No, probably not. If he got sub 2 though, geez. Yeah, that was a both runners had clean Pazuzu fights. But he is significantly behind. And here is Tower of Doom, or Doom Tower. We get to fight ninjas, classic SNES and NES late game enemy in Final Fantasies. Just ninjas, not like super ninjas, just regular old ninjas. They're cool. Interesting thing though about this dungeon is that a lot of the enemies are just reused. I like how he hides, it's so cute. A lot of the enemies are reused. So their stats are actually from like their original what's it called? Their stats are from their original like area. This is one of the few areas that still has like isn't just reusing the sprites and characters, but like some of the later ones, like the Nets part, will literally just be super underleveled characters. And that is the one required super bomb. If you could figure out how to make that super bomb not required, that would be awesome. I'm sure people would appreciate it. Also, another boss goes down in one shot. Because pure glitch. It's Zombie Tyro. It's not. We killed the Zombie Tyro. Always kill the Tyro. It's noted to be a zombie in this game. Actually, zombies have a much higher rate of living through life spells than non-zombies. It's very strange. There's some good glitches. So we are going through the ice revisit with some great music. That game would be a little bit more of a challenge if they didn't let you buy no seeds. Yeah. Now we are in another refight, and he's about to go. Oof, I'm pretty sure. Ooh. Bye. Everyone wave bye. Now we're going to leave this area and go up to the third part of the tower, the fire area. Is that banish? No, it's exit. Turns out exit is really useful in this game. But yeah, it basically works like banish or exit. It's basically X zone. More earthquakes. Yes, video game race. Is that me? Is that the Mii-chan? Are you like 12 years late on this race? Wait, no, Mii-chan is just Mii-chan, and he has like brown color name. I forget. So now at least they are in the same dungeon, quote unquote. Although they are on different floors, which doesn't matter. This dungeon isn't that long though. We are now at the point though, soon, where the fights could turn. This is not as easy as it's going to look. Sorry, organizing race stuff. This boss actually hurts. Yeah. Like I said, the baby gloves have been taken off now. Twin Head Wyvern is pretty strong. Sorry, I mispronounced that. Twin Head Wyvern is very strong. If Cyclone dies really late into Zoo multiple times, he has this. That's pretty much the way out. We're ready to see if Za is going to be as nice to Cyclone as Zoo was. Guess probably runners have a static TV. Your TV is the only one that moves. What? Oh, level. Yeah, okay. I read that as TV. Yes. Grinding is not done, but we kill everything on the way. Okay, good. Cyclone got to 21. We do need to be level 21, 22, 23, or 31 in the end game. I always like saying that. I think 32 is okay as well. I'm surprised my mic doesn't get off static. Every time I test it, it does, but then nobody ever complains about it, so I don't touch it. So I'm pretty sure at this point Cyclone is completely out of sub 2, but maybe he PBs. Maybe. We are moving on, and there you can see the Birdman himself on the screen. Oh yeah, sorry, I missed the level specifically. It is because of that. But yeah, the levels of the characters are basically what Ben is expected to enter the area as. You're expected to grind a bit on the battlefields for spells and items. Well, if you have any questions about the speedrun, you can still ask them. Probably not. I don't think you'd outlevel Phoebe, but you'd outlevel a few of them. But yeah, this is and was a beginner RPG. It was meant to be easy for people. The meaning of life is randomizers. Randomizers in games that are essentially random. Randomness and chaos, I guess, is the answer. Here we go. So what we're looking out for is if Cyclone gets yellow winds all over his body. Or all over Phoebe's body. We need more randomized games? Well then go play 20XX. I'll take every chance I have. But here we go. And there it is. There's the first kill. Well, this is giving Opus a chance to catch up. I think if he zero wiped, he might have PB'd by like a tiny bit. RNG is not saved Opus yet, but maybe. No, and Ben's down, but luckily we have life. And thanks to the way this game mechanics work, if you use life on Ben in this fight, he still gets cast his magic. And there it is, one shot again. Oh no, Cyclone. Oh. That's 2 deaths. Saw and his brother Pazuzu are evil. Yep. And there's another death. That's 3 now. Oh man, this is getting a little too close for comfort for Cyclone. You would be a lot higher level. You'd also have some death-resistant equipment. If the resistance glitch was turned on in a bad way, this fight would be even harder. Come on, Phoebe, you can do it. Okay, he's down further. And that's a white win, not a yellow win. I never say he's got it. You can literally get death winded on the final phase. Oh, not if he does that. He probably has it, but you totally can die at literally any point, but he has it. Yeah, boy. Let's go. Final boss. The game is over, essentially. That is GG. For people who don't know, we're gonna bug the final boss out, and in a glorious fashion. This is essentially the win. He can't really. Oh man, if he died there, that would have been sad. Zoo and Za decided. Oh, he is so mad about that. I'm pretty sure he was on PB pace if he didn't get killed in that first fight. We'll have to ask when he's on here. And here we go. I'll quiet for the music. Is that all you can muster? Now I wield a bow. And now I am unspeakable evil, but also dead. And yes, we have defeated the Dark Kin. Cyclone is officially 3rd place in the tournament, winning the final match of the series. Thank you so much, everyone, on behalf of the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest community and tournament. Thank you, everyone, for coming, watching the events, supporting speed gaming, supporting the community. Make sure that you give Cyclone a follow. Make sure you give Opus a follow. Make sure you give DDR Noob and Feral Pigman follows. Everyone in the tournament deserves it. Some of these runners do many other speed games. I'm not 100% sure on what Cyclone and Opus do. I can't find the Discord server for some reason. There it is. We're going to bring Cyclone in. Congratulations, Cyclone, on 3rd place. Now, answer me this. Were you on PB pace until you died? Because I thought you were. I looked at your PB.
Died when?
The death to Pazuzu. Or no, sorry.
No, I don't think I would have hit it.
Oh, okay. You were really close. I thought you were ahead at Tower when you ended Tower.
I did Gold Split Tower. I don't know how.
Oh, you did? Okay, so yeah, you were. I'm pretty sure we're ahead.
I was 32 seconds ahead of my PB at that point.
That's so
And then
close.
my controller came unplugged. And
oh, is that what killed it? Was it actually the controller then?
Well, my controller came unplugged. It only lost me about like 20 seconds or so because I realized it right away when my game started locking up.
Yeah.
And then I think there was a couple encounters on Mech Ship I had to run away from, and by that point, at the end of Mech Ship, I was 12 seconds behind.
So I don't know if you were watching Opus, but Opus got floor 2.
I figured as much from the chat.
He was ahead of you.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. After that Gidger and that Dullahan.
Yeah. He was like significantly ahead of you, actually.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
And then the tower happened, and he basically caught up. Like, I mean, he's entering Darkkin right now. He didn't die to his fight, so it wasn't that far off. This was not a complete blowout. He is throwing power. He's throwing the rest of his power bombs at Darkkin. He is mad.
I threw mine at the stairs.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. It looks like a hammer. Am I the only one who thought that? Also, one second. I missed doing narration on the Darkkin the first time. I'll do it this time. I swear. How amusing! Is that all you can muster? Does he have a line when you don't glitch this other form? Because he just turns into a tentacle monster and dies.
Yeah, he has a line for that other form.
Okay.
If he actually uses his Cure Bow, then you'll see it. He didn't use it though. Because he'll use the Cure Bow, heal, and then transform again.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that is GG. That was a good run. Besides, obviously, the controller and then the 2 deaths. That was a really clean run.
Yeah,
did you know that Opus died twice to the tutorial boss?
Oh man. I saw people talking about him dying. I didn't know it was twice though.
It was twice. He almost died the 3rd time, and then but he crit. If he didn't crit, he was gonna die again. He was 1 attack away. It was a thin. Hopefully he comes in here for an interview, because congratulations on both of you for finishing. Yeah, GG Cyclone 3rd place in the tournament, followed by Feral Pigman in 2nd, and some DDR Noob in 1st place. It was a great tournament. It was a lot of fun to commentate the few matches I got to commentate. Obviously, my life got really busy right around the time this tournament started, thus I wasn't able to participate or commentate that much. It really just filled in when there was a very open spot and I just happened to be home. That was basically today. But yeah, again, if any of you guys want to learn Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, I would tell you to go to speedrun.com, but that would actually be incorrect. You want to go to gamefacts.com, and Alamedas is a speedrun guide there. I don't think it's on speedrun.com. I think that at this point it's a meme in the community that you have to go to GameFAQs. But yeah, it's an easy speedrun to learn. It actually does take some practice to get consistent. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I picked this game up like 2 weeks before the tournament started, so...
Hello, Opus. Congratulations on your 4th place.
Thank you.
That was unfortunate. I don't know if you know, but you were in fact ahead until you got floor 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got 4-6.
You actually both talked to Pazuzu at the same time. So when Cyclone was starting his fight is when you discovered you were on floor 2. So that's how far ahead you were, unfortunately, until that point. It was at Cyclone actually had like a really bad Deidre, a really bad Dullahan, and then Yeah.
Keija was not even fair.
He didn't die to Behemoth, though.
That,
So,
that was special.
that
Just
was
like last year,
special.
too. I think I've died to Behemoth like past 3 races, at least twice.
I'm pretty sure if you didn't crit there, Behemoth was going to eat you again.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that he was about to kill you.
I was a minute behind on my first split. I was like, well, it's gonna be one of those runs.
Turned out it wasn't for the most part. You guys were really close, like up until like Deidre, right?
Mhm.
Up until Deidre, because that's where Cyclone got like some really bad RNG.
Yeah, like
and then-
every single time Ben got hit, Kaylee went second to heal him and got petrified.
No
Yeah.
way, second?
Every single time.
Yeah,
Every single
bad.
time.
That's
It was
terrible.
pretty bad. Deidre was not playing fair today.
That's amazing.
Deidre
I
was
don't even heard of
rude.
it.
Yeah, Deidre was being rude, like double petrifying. It was great. It
And
was
then
great.
Gohan with his Doom Dance and his crits and
Yeah.
Classic.
Did you even see a Doom Dance, Opus?
No, I mean it missed.
Oh,
Twice,
okay.
I think. Yeah.
Like you had a really clean run except for the tower. that's Final Fantasy Mysticus though.
Yeah. I mean
The best runs have floor 2.
It-
Right?
yeah, exactly.
Don't feel bad about losing. Cyclone, like with that 4-2, ended up almost PBing. Like, then his controller died, and then decided 2 deaths were required.
that was like 4.5 minutes off.
Your controller broke?
My it came unplugged, and I use it a PS3 controller, and PS3 controllers don't work with Windows, so I have a really, really, really outdated driver, and I have to bring it back up every time it gets unplugged and turn it back on. And
Hey, I have to do that with an Xbox One controller. So, well, I just have to I have to unplug it from my computer and then plug it back in. Like, I have to unplug the USB, not the controller, like from the controller part, because you can do both. I have to unplug it straight up. It's weird.
I got really, really scared though, because my game actually was locking up during the Thunder Rock cutscene.
SNES 9X really, really dislikes controllers being unplugged and plugged back in.
Yeah, so I was like, oh god, my game's locking up. Why? Oh no.
Yeah, I think everyone got really worried. Like, I thought, I made a joke to Lights in the Mood that you were what's it called? Splicing. Yes, that's the joke I made.
I almost soft locked at Aquaria, grabbing Kaylee. I accidentally pressed Y during the screen transition. I was like, oh god, I got really lucky. Got super lucky there.
You can soft lock that way?
Yeah, when the screen turns black, if you try to switch your weapons, it's like there's like a frame window where if you press switch weapon, you can soft lock the game. It'll just stay black. So
I've never seen that.
yeah.
But yeah,
So I was like, oh god.
Yeah, no, seriously, thank you guys for the race. Thank you everyone for watching and Fiesel for restreaming. This has been a fun tournament to watch. Mystic Quest is fun in small doses.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there will be another tournament. It won't be anytime soon, probably. But maybe if more runners started running the game, people would be more interested in it. So again, there's lots of resources and everyone in the community is very helpful. The Discord link was actually just posted, so I'll post it in chat because the tournament Discord will be closed down soon. It's not the same Discord. So 1 second while I grab that. Do you guys have any parting thoughts about your matches or the tournament in general?
No, just thanks for the opportunity, and congratulations, Cyclone in 3rd.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Opus on 4th.
Thank you.
You guys both did well to get this far. And the joke is that this game's RNG, but really there is a lot of execution. It's not super easy to remember. There are a lot. You fight every encounter in this game essentially, and you need to know how to kill every single one. And you could see in Cyclone and Opus's menus how fast they are. They basically know it.
I got significantly slower after Gidra. I was so bummed.
Yeah, I actually
me
pointed
too.
out, like, after the Gidra fight, you were, your movements were, like, almost angry, like, in the way that they were being done, so.
Yeah, I was messing up a lot during that run too. I haven't played in a while, so I mean it's not an excuse. I'm not saying it as an excuse. I'm just saying like I've misinputted a few times. Like fighting, I forgot a few formations near the end, like the Chimera 2 Wizard fight on the ship. I was like, oh right, I actually have to.
I was prepared for that one. That screwed me up in a previous match.
Yeah. So a few things like that caught me off guard. I was like, oh wait, yeah, I forgot what to do.
Yeah, that happens. Forgetting what to do, especially when you're stressed, is a bit thin. Now, in about 15 minutes on this channel, I believe the start of the LADX tournament.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
LADX, no save and quit, no Ron Warp, which it's basically the standard category for that game. It's about an hour long, so the matches aren't very long.
It's a cool run.
It's super cool. Like there's a lot, just because there's no out of bounds, basically think the Launder 80% category in Ocarina of Time, they took a similar definition for Link's Awakening. It's super cool. It's still super glitchy because jumping in that game breaks it. Like you break the game. The only thing they're really not allowed to do is transition to screens that they aren't allowed to transition to normally. That's pretty much the only restriction. It's pretty fun. It's a super good run. I'd stick around. That's for like 2 hours. But if you are a randomizer fan, that Super Metroid starts at 6 p.m. And then if you're an RPG fan, Final Fantasy Randomizer is going to have 4 matches. Sorry, not 4. Sorry, 2 matches at the same time on the same screen. At 8 p.m. and I'm in that, so watch that one.
Oh, good luck with
I
that.
like you guys. But I need to take a nap because I woke up at 3 a.m. to go to work for 5.
Dang.
So, thank you very much. Thank you everyone for watching the tournament. And yeah.
One thing, closing thought, real quick.
Sure.
I think if I didn't grab the Aegis Shield, I think I still would have lost that match. I think every single encounter tried to petrify.
Yes.
Yeah, I lost 2 minutes going to Zoo from Twin Head.
Yeah.
So, yeah, mess with me.
So that yeah, good job everyone. The tournament went, I think, really well. And so yeah, I think we'll let Feasel prepare for the LADX start. And yeah, have a wonderful day, everyone. Stick around because I'm guessing the channel might not go offline because of how close it is. So just stay here. There's more speed gaming to be had.
Yep, have a good one, guys.
Bye.